What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to cut a deck of cards in one hand. Let's get into it. So the first one-handed cut I'm going to teach you is the easiest one, and it's known as the Charlie A cut. It looks like this. This cut is the simplest one-handed cut, and additionally it forms the basis for the Revolution cut, which I'll teach you later on in this video. So make sure to learn this one first. The first thing to do is to get your cards in the grip that you want. So you're going to hold the cards out horizontally and hold them with your middle finger and your ring finger in the back, your thumb in the front, and then you have your pinky finger and your pointer finger on either side, keeping it stable. So for the first part of this trick, you're going to move your thumb up like this, just enough so that approximately half the deck falls down to the bottom, like this. Now it's important at this point to keep your hand slightly angled down, and you want your pinky finger here holding these bottom cards from falling out. So you're holding it like this, you let half of it drop, and it's slightly angled so that the cards want to fall this way, but your pinky finger is keeping them from falling. Then, with your pointer finger, you're going to take that and you're going to push these cards up, like so. So in order for that to work, to begin with, you have to be holding these cards right near the tips of your fingers. Especially if you have smaller hands, you want it as high as possible. I have pretty big hands, so it doesn't have to be all the way at the top. But you want it near the top so that when you drop it, you can take your pointer finger and push this card up like this. After you let half of them drop, you take your pointer finger, push this up. You're holding it between your thumb and your middle finger and your ring finger. And in order to get it back, you're going to move these two fingers backwards slightly. And what that's going to do is it's going to let the cards fall onto your pointer finger down here. Now from this position, it's really easy. You're going to move your pointer finger out of the way, and the cards are going to come back together in their cut. So the total cut in full speed looks like this. The next cut I'm going to show you is called the Scissor Cut. It's my favorite of the 3. It looks like this. Here's how you do this cut. To start the Scissor Cut, you're going to hold the deck the same way you were with the Charlie A cut. There are 2 ways to start this trick. One way is to take your thumb and stick it in the middle until it lifts up like this, and then slide it to the left until you get your cards like this. That's usually how I like to do it. Another way you can do it is you can avoid that, and it's a little bit faster, is if you just take your thumb from the beginning and grab half the cards like this. It tends to be not as smooth for me as often, so like I said, I like to stick my thumb in the middle and then slide it to the left over to here. So in this case, instead of holding it between your thumb and these fingers, you're going to be holding it more between your pointer finger and your pinky, so that you can kind of take your thumb off, jam it in the middle, and then slide it over. Now from this point, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking the top half of the deck and bringing your thumb out and over like this. Now this is the hardest part of the trick, and what is going to take some practice. At first it's going to feel like you're stretching your hands a lot, but there's a couple techniques that you need in order to make this work. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to bring this deck all the way over enough so that you can get it underneath the first half of the deck and then slide it back over. And in order to do that, what you're going to do is you're going to slide this over, and once you've gotten as far as you can, you're going to bring your pinky as far back as you can and your thumb as far this way as you can. The next step is to take these 2 fingers, your pointer finger, or your ring finger and your middle finger, and you're going to bend them and push down on the back side of these cards. That'll kind of form a slight lever, and it'll bring the back of these cards up. So if these cards are down, when you push on them, it brings them up. That helps allow you to get this lip underneath the cards. Additionally, you're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to press down on this half of the deck that you've brought over, and that'll allow you to bring it underneath and then slide it back over to complete the cut. So from the top, you're going to stick your thumb in, slide it to the left, and then open up your hand by bringing your thumb over. So at this point, you're holding half the deck between your pinky and your pointer finger, and the other half between your thumb and your pointer finger. Then you're going to take these two fingers and push down on this, and take this finger and push down on that deck. And that should allow you to bring it under just enough to bring it back and complete your cut. This is the hardest trick I'm going to show you today, and this is known as the revolution cut. It starts with the same grip as the Charlie A cut and the scissor cut, just like this. And then similar to the Charlie A cut, you're going to move your thumb so that you drop the bottom half of the cards. But now in this case, instead of using your pointer finger to bring this deck up, you're going to use your ring finger. So I'm going to instead use my pointer finger to help hold the deck back here. And then with my pinky finger, keeping these ones from falling off the side, I'm going to take my ring finger and push the deck up like this. So let me show you guys that one more time. Start in this position, drop half the deck. Remember to keep your pinky here so that these cards don't fall out. Then take your pointer finger, put it on the deck, and take your ring finger and bring it up like this. But then you want it sticking out between this half of the deck and here. Now in order to do this cut, you're going to spin this top half of the deck between your ring finger and your pointer finger. So I'm going to transfer it from my thumb and middle finger to my ring finger and pointer finger like this. And I'm going to be holding them and bringing it around like so. Now in order to bring it around, I need this bottom half of the deck to be up against my thumb. So here, and I'm going to bring this up, because when I start turning it around, I want my pointer finger to come in front of this deck. So it looks like this. So it's coming in front. And then at this point, we're almost done with the revolution. I'm going to bring my pointer finger down, and that's going to drop this deck behind it so I can complete the cut like so. So all in all, it looks like this. If you find it a little bit easier, you don't have to do the entire half of the deck. You can just do the top few cards like this if you find that easier to spin it around. I like doing about half because I also don't like having too many cards up against my thumb. I find that gets sort of in the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this sort of trick, be sure to leave a comment and a like down below, and we'll be sure to do more videos in the future like this. Until next time, don't be boring.